Hello, friends. You've come across another daily race run through video. For this week's edition, we have Group 4 cars at the Nurburgring Sprint Circuit. But on top of that, we also want to focus on one of our good friends, longtime supporters of the channel, as he has a great achievement that he does on stream with us, and you won't want to miss that. As far as the meta for the week, well, it was most certainly the Lamborghini Cup, as the leaderboards and the fields were dominated by them. As we got the night going, I was looking to get a good time in practice, but while this was happening in game, tonight was also the debut of a very important emoji for our channel, and that is the G heckin' G emoji. G heckin' G, G heckin' G. Because why say GG at the end, or why say GG's at the end of a race when you can say G heckin' G? This phrase, though, did not originate with me. No, not at all. Don't think that. This actually comes from a very special subscriber and now member of the channel, Noah. Noah, welcome to the Stud Club. He's a great racer and a good friend. Encourage you to check out his channel and give him a sub, as I'll have a link to his channel put in the description. Well, this emoji was an absolute hit on this night. Major thanks to my daughter, who is number 2 in the chat, for putting this emoji together for us. More on that as we go along. So the time was coming down after about 40 minutes of practice, and we got a 31-6, which had me around 250 in the world. I lucked out a little bit in the game, and it put me in a lobby where there were few to no A-plus drivers in it. So we actually started pole multiple times, and even pulled off a really close victory. Interestingly enough, and funnily enough, I wasn't the only one sporting the Ledpencil livery on the Lamborghini. As you see right here, our channel is getting broadcast by some other folks as well. Once again, got to give major thanks to Ozzy Pug for this livery, as it is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I knew there was more time in my lap. The Lambo is very slidey in the turns. You can use that to your advantage, but if it gets too slidey, you're going to slow down a lot. But on this lap here, we got it down to a 0.375, which was good enough for 140th in the world at the time. This was very good timing that I pulled this off, because if we had only maintained our previous time before, on this grid here, we would have started a few positions below where I am right now. And who knows how that could have changed the outcome. So as many of you know, I don't like starting pole. Not a fan of immediately having to defend. But when the folks behind end up battling between themselves instead of you, it gives us a little breathing room, right? There are lots of people who have no idea when to brake there, and it makes it dangerous. You're racing some stone cold killers. Get after it, coach. Go get him, man. Getting a little loose behind us. Run, Forrest, run! Trying to shake this Corrales guy. Nice forward. I know. I looked behind me a lot that last lap. I did. Just to make you all nervous. think you need to get the tires back inside that part of the white line right there. Otherwise, it's the pen. I thought I was going to hit that wall. All right, we're still getting better exits than Corrales, so that's good. A little early on the throttle. When any of us are in this position, I try to remind myself, even though I don't often perform very well, we really just need to drive smoothly, carefully, not overdrive the car. It can be so hard to stay disciplined when there's pressure behind you. Which is why I eventually don't follow my own advice that I'm giving right now, and I make some of those critical errors. No, that's bad. All right, we made some small mistakes. He's right behind us now. Now, since acquiring the True Brake mod from Wicked Quick, again, thank you for this incredible addition and modification to my rig here. It's phenomenal. But one of the biggest changes for me has been going into a corner side by side and being able to really outbrake my competitor and often successfully defend, which is exactly what we end up doing in this chicane. Even though he does get the pass done on the next turn, the long straight provides ample opportunity for me to catch up. Corrales makes his defensive intentions very clear, which I greatly appreciate, by going all the way to the right. This leads me to the outside line, which once again, under the braking, I feel so confident and in control. We are able to make the pass around the outside by carrying more speed. Corrales makes a great play for the inside line here, and rather than close the door and potentially hit him, I end up leaving the door open just to make sure. This leads to a very narrow entrance on this turn, and we are side by side, and we do lose a lot of time on this exit, bringing more folks behind us quite a bit closer. And contact was there for sure. I don't know that it could be avoided. We're both trying to protect our positions and trying to gain a position as well. Now we must protect the apex here, and that is exactly what we do. We aren't the quickest though through the fast left and right. So they have a great run, and I go defensive and try to hold the position. Fortunately, Corrales braked too late. He manages to avoid Kurt Games, but hits me instead, really making the chicane a bit of a mess. But this would set up one of the most interesting turn ones of the night. Exciting, huh, folks? You gonna bump him? Nope. Or wide. Corrales has the run here, as you can see, but he has nowhere to go. He tries for an inside move where there really isn't enough track to make it happen. He ends up braking too late on top of that, plus gets into Kurt a little, and this makes both of them go deep. As we're on the straight, I kind of see this coming, and I'm preparing to see if I can grab the inside line if they do end up going too deep. I brake just a little bit earlier than all of them, according to the replay, and Vacanti turns in just a little bit too soon for where I am on track, and we actually managed to be the sole survivor of a 4-wide encounter going into turn 1. After that, it was just a matter of bringing it home. Oh, man. That was close, guys. That was close, my friends. The G Heckin' G's were out in force after this, and it was all very cool victory. with a lot of tight racing. But then, quite befuddling to me, I get this accusation thrown in my direction. I actually remember to save the replay, and we went and checked it out together. All I can figure after reviewing is that perhaps he thinks that I spun him here, where Kurt and him make contact, and he thinks that was dirty? I mean, even so, Kurt wasn't being dirty there either, because Corrales initiates the contact and actually sends Kurt into a slide. All Kurt can do is try to save it until he goes into a full spin. Honestly, Corrales, I'd put that on you, so G heck and G. So that's how that race ended. On the next day, same week, Plankton mentioned to us that he was very close to getting his first ever A+ rank. He had a slightly better time than me actually on this track, and he said he thought he would get it tonight. He said he wanted to do it while the stream was live. So we went ahead, got back on track at the Nurburgring, and started doing some races. Every race, it was me, Plank, and Jason Duncan, who is spacing on the grid there. We were all together, racing together, and it was just a really fun time. After a few solid finishes from Plank, he was on pole with me right behind him, and Jason Duncan right behind me.
I was surrounded by studs.
I was feeling like this could be the one. He had podiumed the last couple races. But I wasn't just going to let him keep P1. But it didn't matter, because Plank was locked in. As you're watching this here, what would end up being the race that gives him his A+ ranking, Plank got his first wheel back in August, I believe it was. And then after a business trip, he upgraded in September to a direct drive. He was the first participant in our Learn with Led coaching sessions and has been improving ever since. Those improvements have been seen in all of his lap times, coming down farther, getting closer to mine, until very recently, his times have often been better than mine. There is no way I would take full credit for Plank's rise in sport mode. I would like to think that I played maybe just a small part of his journey to this milestone. In reality, his dedication, his persistence, and commitment to learning has ultimately brought this about. But he does represent the first racer that I've ever been able to teach at any level and go from the lower lobbies and make it all the way to A+. Oh no! There we go. What a run by Plankton! Fantastic job, bud. Oh, yes. Let's do it, Plank. He might have it now, guys. He might have it. He might have that A+. What's the verdict? You got it. Yeah. Yes. Plank, great job, man. Well done. And thank you so much for deciding to share this milestone with us on the live stream. It means more than you realize. It means a total ton. That will do it for this edition of Daily Race Run Through. Don't forget to give this video a like. And if you are enjoying these videos and aren't a subscriber to the channel yet, please become one so you can stay up to date on all the live streams, shorts, and videos that we put out on a regular basis. Later, friends. This leads me to the outsline? G heck and G.